I have with me Tanzila today, and I thought
Assalamualaikum.
I should bring her on Facebook Live and share her story with you. She is such an inspiring young girl. She was born with a bit of disability, and she learned how to live with it and grow with it. She's an entrepreneur. Tanzila, thank you very much for sparing time to be with me. Faraz, thank you. Faraz, you must watch the whole video. Tanzila, but say something about yourself and what your project is.
Very cool. I was born with a disability, but I think it's a great opportunity for me to understand the problems of disabled people who are physically challenged. Today I learned a new term for people like me, physically challenged. So I'll be using that. And about that, my idea is to introduce sensitization programs in the corporate world that would help the corporate world एक तो अपनी consumer base थोड़ी और बढ़ाने के लिए, to increase the consumer base so more disabled people, physically challenged people can come and purchase the product. I would love to purchase so many products, go to so many places, but I can't go there or buy them because they're not friendly towards me. Other than that, to increase the workforce of physically challenged people, that would actually bring in a lot of diversity to the workplace and also a lot of new ideas to the table. People with disabilities are all over the world, and sometimes people have hidden disabilities, and even those who are like perfectly fit, their abilities are only temporary. We all want to live up to 100 years, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think probably when I'm 100, I'll be the only one who's totally okay, because everybody else would be like, hi, hamare ghutne, what do we do? We're on the wheelchair, we can't climb stairs. I'll be like, I told you to build ramps, didn't I? So we're all moving towards that age where we need to secure our future. So my mission is to make Pakistan able to make other people realize that we need to keep people with disabilities in our mind, so that God forbid anybody falls into that category, we still have a good platform for them to have a healthy and happy lifestyle.
Right. So what inspired me when she started talking to me, is that she's not what she learned, is that when there is disabled persons day or whatever people celebrate, what happens is that they bring everybody with disability into a room and they start talking about what their rights are, rights of disabled people, but they never educate those who deal with these disabled or physically challenged people. So sensitization is really necessary for those who do not have disabilities or physical challenge to deal with these physically challenged people. So this is something that really inspired me, and I thought that I should bring Tanzila online. My wife Asma says salam to you.
Assalamualaikum, Bhabhi.
And this video, I told Asma that I'm going to speak to Tanzila if she is happy to come online. I will share this video with my daughters also. I have two daughters. This is such an inspiring story, Tanzila, and I really wish that you get opportunity to meet right people on your way, and people who support your cause. It's such a brilliant cause and a brilliant idea to bring people who can walk, talk, have no visual disability, to learn how to deal with people who are sometimes born with disabilities, and sometimes people who actually encounter disabilities during their lifetime. So tell us about your specific project that you are working at the moment.
Okay, now this is very interesting because I'm actually working on a board game. Remember when we used to play games in our childhood? I mean, I used to play Pittu Gol Garam and Pakran Pakrai, and those games really taught me the team building aspects of relationships. I think that's how I get it from. So now I'm creating this board game that will help other people understand disabilities in a fun and playful manner. Disability is something very serious for some people, so I'm trying to create a very safe environment for people without disabilities to learn about disabilities. So a board game, I think, would be a lot of fun, followed by a mobile application, and along with that I aim to introduce a program for groups of young people to interact together and learn about different kind of disabilities in a very fun and playful manner.
Great. And one more thing that she's trying to do, and we discussed briefly about it, is how do you sensitize particularly corporate sector people? A lot of corporate sector actually have a number of programs under their CSR programs, but how sensitized their staff is to work with people with physical challenge. So perhaps if they have ramps, they have accessible toilets for physically challenged people. But are they mentally sensitized or not? Just building a ramp or providing a space for this physically disabled people sometimes also isolate them. I mean, they're part of our society, they're part of our community, they're normal human beings. So how do you create that feeling, that atmosphere, that environment in everyone is the same. Physical challenge is just a state, and as one of my friend Ashraf Chaudhry just said, it's better than mental disability. So with this, Tanzila, if you want to add something here, I mean, she really needs our support in kind of taking this great idea forward, and I would request people who have connections, who have contacts, to support her for her cause. She doesn't need money. The idea is there. The idea is brilliant. She's already working on it. She needs moral support, and she needs contacts and connections so that she could go out and meet corporate sector. She go out and meet CEOs of multinational companies to try to understand what kind of programs do they have so far as this sensitization program is concerned. So with this, Tanzila, if you want to add anything.
I think you've summed it up also beautifully, even better than me. So thank you for that. And this is exactly the type of spirit I want. This is what we call singing happy birthday for somebody. I mean, how would you feel if it's your birthday and you're singing happy birthday for yourself? That's how I feel every time I'm talking about disability issues. I feel I'm all alone, and nobody really understands that I'm working for other people. So I want people who don't have a very significant physical disability to speak up and stand up for people with disabilities. And these two types of people need to complement each other, and then together we can bring forward and take initiatives and make this world a better place.
Great. And one advice that I gave her is that there are no free lunches in this world. Yeah. Don't ever offer, Tanzila, your services for free. There are people out there who would want free services. No way. I mean, you need to feed yourself, you need to grow in your career. Yes. Charge heavily, because you are providing a specialized service. I don't think anyone else in Pakistan with whatever qualities you have can provide those services, right? You're going through this whole interesting scenario. I would call it an interesting scenario because these are the challenges that you face, you deal with. Don't provide the service for free. Anybody, please, they invite you for a speaker session, charge 50,000 rupees at least.
Okay, that's not
right, friends, please, I request you to share this